Figure I'd give a little overview of my car. So here she is. It's a 2007 P71. I ended up getting it, I think September of last year. Had it with 123,000 miles. And she ended up really not having really any issues at all, to be honest. The guy that owned it before me was a ex-mechanic, I guess. And he had a friend that painted some of the spots, but I mean, it's a Crown Vic. It's not really going to be a perfect, but it's been a lot cleaner than the ones that I've seen, at least around here. But yeah, he actually told me everything that was wrong with it, so he can kind of give me an insight on what to go about going and fixing and stuff like that. But it's not really kind of worth it. I got the ABS light on. This ABS module isn't working, and then also the lighting control modules kind of messed me up. So my kind of solution is, the old headlights are really dim. I ended up going with these nice smoked headlights. Got a little bit of water in them from a car wash, but yeah, I think they fit the front end really well. And when I back it out in the driveway, then I'll show you the rest of the stuff in the front. But heading up, I mean, wintertime, living up here in Illinois, you never know what kind of snow, so ended up going with some Goodyear Ultra Grip tires, snow tires, brand new. Wasn't too bad, about 400 bucks. I ended up getting some rain guards because haven't had those before. They seem to be holding on pretty decent, except for this one. I kind of messed this one up, so well, at least it kind of sealed back, but got those back. I guess this used to be a Wisconsin Highway State Patrol car, so it's got the antennas and everything, which I have in the trunk actually. Let's open her up. Yep, spare tire mount and everything. It's got nothing in here. My welding bag and everything. Jumper cables, a whole bunch of other crap. Oh, there's the antennas. Got these guys. Sometimes put those on just because gotta let people know. And she is a real P71 police interceptor. And the same thing. The interior. It's a tan interior one, which honestly I haven't seen, or brown and tan interior. But all around, I mean, me driving it to work here and there in the wintertime, so obviously it's going to have a lot. But I ended up getting the center console, which isn't too bad, for about, I think it was like 70 bucks on Amazon. And it's got everything that you could possibly need. Little sunglasses holder. I wouldn't put my sunglasses in there. Change holder there. Cup holders are pretty much useless. It did have the spotlight. I ended up taking that off just because I didn't really want to be that P71, so all I did for that was just throw a little bit of Gorilla Tape on there. Not really worry about it. I'll pop the hood. Going around here, and the guy that painted it, I've never seen this before, but it's chipping a little bit on here, so it's making me think that this car at some point probably was a two-tone silver, because Vin says it's a silver car, but I imagine that it was probably repainted and they didn't really prep it that well, so it's kind of, you can kind of see the difference between the hood and this bit here. But open the old hood. Oh, there we go. And I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too dirty or anything. I'll get back in a minute, talk about what those are for, where I have those ran. K&N dropped in air filter. Can't go wrong with it. I did end up having to spend. I'll get on the exhaust and everything like that, but I guess I had a couple broken bolts on this manifold, so I had to get that done about a month and a half ago. Yeah, and then it does have a full LED light conversion that I did. I got some LED headlights. It's not, again, they're the same bulbin one. I got LED side markers in here, and then LED turn signals up front. Everything in the front LED, but with the lighting control module, mine's kind of messed up, so the tail lights don't like to work. They'll hyper flash, but when I have these, turn these suckers on, she's got nice amber LEDs. These ones don't hyper flash at all. and it goes great with the nice clear smoked or lens. Same thing as this one. A little bit foggy. Then again, being wintertime, it's gonna get stuff a little dirty. But yeah, close the hood, and then I will show you what the exhaust sounds like. Cold start. Also forgot to mention that I also got smoke taillights with normal LEDs, or not LEDs, halogens. And then, I mean, clearly it's daytime, but I got LED reverse markers in here, as well as an LED light in the license plate. And then I got a strobe light that's on for the brake light, so I can show that real quick. Just for a little bit more visibility. Smoked ones, I wasn't really sure that they were going to be bright enough. To the good stuff, what I have done to my exhaust. So when I first bought this car from the guy, I know there's typical rear cat delete that they do, so he's like, well, yeah, he's like, I got the rear cats deletes, it sounds pretty good, and it sounded pretty decent. It wasn't too bad. Still had the whole factory mufflers, had the factory H pipe and everything like that. But what I ended up doing, I'm like, well, I ended up buying 4 brand new catalytic converters off of eBay. It's like $400. And I had them installed also. I'm like, well, if they're gonna have to cut the stuff anyways, because when they cut the rear cats out, they ended up having, it had 1 catalytic converter left on the one side. So I'm like, well, no wonder why it sounds like absolute crap. So bought the 4 new converters. After that, since the 4.6, obviously sounds like a Mustang from the early 2000s. That's what I've been wanting for a while. First kind of cool car, at least that I think. And I ended up going with, instead of an H pipe, I got an X pipe, and then I got, it's 2 1/4 exhaust from the cat back, or it was 4 new cats, 2 1/4 straight back to an X pipe. See if I can't get under there. Oh, right here. There we go. Just can't really see it that good, but it's a cheap $25 X pipe, and then the 2 cats in the back ended up getting, well, I'll show you those are the race bullets, Dynamax race bullets, which I have the part number if you guys want that. But yeah, so it's pretty much straight through. The rear cats ended up breaking on the inside, so I just had them cut those off. And I've had this issue that I thankfully got fixed, I think the other day, that I was having a flange on the manifold side on the passenger side over here. Got that fixed and got the leaks and everything taken care of. So thankfully it doesn't leak anymore. So I'm trying to make a driving around exhaust video, and that's what I'm going to include with this video also. But then I just got stock tailpipes into some bolt-on exhaust tips for now until I decide to get the full 2 1/4 exhaust throughout the whole thing. But I've just done messing with it and spending money on it because it wasn't cheap. But anyways, give you guys a couple revs, and then I will end up getting back into the car and driving. so now we're inside the car. What I ended up doing, I totally forgot about the interior. That was just stuff on there also. So what I did is, oh man, I should have showed before. All right, I'll just back it out of the garage and then I'll show you guys the front. This is a very messy video. It's the first one that I've ever personally tried to do, so I'm trying my best. Go look out. So I have got my lights, bog standard. There's no anything. I don't have any of the options, but what I installed is I have fog lights that I installed, and I also have a 20-inch light bar that I put on because I work at nighttime, second shift. Don't want to lock that. I don't trust it. I feel like locking myself out of my car. But yeah, so LED lights again. And then I put a light bar behind the grill. And then I also have some little 4-inch LEDs that I have. So all around, the front end of this car looks freaking amazing. And honestly, I didn't know that. Looks like I have some 3 LEDs that are out. But yeah, I think it looks real mean. And also I didn't mention, I also have, oh, I think I said that I have smoke tail lights, but yep. Also a quick video, a little bonus clip also, totally forgot that I glossed over it, but I have a Pioneer head unit in here. Paid like 60 bucks, I don't know, a couple years ago, something like that. Definitely was 100% worth the upgrade. Changed out the old stock factory P71 radio. And then also in the doors, I ended up going with 6.5, well, 6.5, or no, not 6.5. 6x8s in every speaker. So front doors and then the rear deck speakers. Wasn't too bad. And honestly, it's the best sound exterior that I've had in a while. But cruising on this thing is not too bad at all. I'm doing 60. It's not quiet really. It doesn't drone too bad. But I'll turn down this road and I'll really come from a full stop. Well, it looks like there's a guy hiking down there, but I think it sounds really, really mean. It's got that nice high end, nice pitch sound, but it also sounds really deep and throaty when you're down lower. We got a stop sign up here, so they'll absolutely rip on it up here. Or stomp on it. Odometer's broken. Yeah, the odometer's broken. But it's one of those things, common problem, really dim and everything like that. But I'll end up going and stomping on it here. People are probably like, what is this guy doing? He's holding the freaking phone up. But yeah. Alright, and go. She's not the quickest, Vic, but she gets down. To 80. I think my car has 327 gears, I think, in the rear, and it has the LSD in it, so I'm happy about that. Not an open diff. I lived that life before. It's no fun. I haven't done any burnouts though, but yeah, that's a little bit quick exhaust clips of me driving around. You guys want any more different types? I'd like to ideally get some outside shots, because honestly, I haven't heard this thing from the outside driving by or anything. And from what my friend tells me, he says it's pretty loud. But anyway, thanks guys.